All right, we continue with our team coverage on this disaster. 19 investigates, learning at least 4 cities now are putting the brakes on directional drilling.
Yeah, senior investigator Sarah Goldenberg digs into why and the risks still buried beneath our feet.
We know Thursday's blast happened after crews working in the Woodland subdivision hit a gas line. That's prompted Twinsburg, Hudson, Green, and Stowe to put a temporary pause on directional drilling. The technology is widely used here for fiber and utility projects, but right now some local leaders feel the risk is simply too high. Directional drilling is often called trenchless because it doesn't require digging up the whole street. Crews can drill under roads and driveways, even lakes and rivers, to lay new utility lines. While it creates less surface damage, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration says this type of drilling can also be dangerous due to limited visibility. If crews miss the mark, they can hit gas, water, or power lines, cutting off service or creating safety risks like we just saw in Twinsburg Township. 19 Investigates has learned there have been several gas and water line strikes in Hudson over recent weeks by crews installing new fiber internet lines. Fortunately, nobody was hurt, but the city has put all directional drilling projects on hold.
After a thorough investigation by the administration, we identified several contributing factors: inaccurate third-party markings, misalignment of lines, and the presence of plastic gas pipes lacking tracer wires, which complicate the detection of the lines.
Hudson City Manager Thomas Sheridan told City Council last week that the contractor also didn't use potholing or vacuum excavating methods to physically and visually verify underground utility lines, which is what OSHA recommends. Sheridan said that won't be happening again because Hudson now requires it for all future fiber construction projects, and a city inspector will also have to confirm verification. Contractors will also no longer be allowed to use sharp-edged tools when checking for existing utility lines, so plastic pipes won't get punctured. The city has also added a private inspector for more oversight, and Enbridge Gas will be adding extra markings and more field support when discrepancies are suspected. Again, several local cities are putting directional drilling on hold. That's until they have a guarantee that the maps are accurate and contractors are absolutely verifying the locations of those underground utility lines and pipes. Sarah Goldenberg, 19 News.
Well, as you've just seen, we're going to stay all over this, continuing team coverage on the explosion, the cleanup, and the rebuild. And we will push for answers about what can be done to make sure this does not happen again. Find the latest updates streaming on 19 News Plus, Cleveland19.com, and the 19 News app.